All right, we'll try this again. Daryl Shergan, Quest for Vape, driving, doing a selfie video for YouTube. That can't be very safe. I'm sorry, but I got thoughts on my mind, and I want to share that with you guys. And the weather's beautiful out, and I am driving. I am loving this setup with this juice. First things first, Kanger Subtank with the .5 sub-ohm coil in it, rocking it at 30 watts. Yeah, you can't see that because it's too much light out, but 30 watts on my IPV Mini. Not the Mini 2. This is the 30 watt IPV Mini. And I'm vaping Turnt Triple X. And it's delicious. And 30 watts is perfect for this tank, perfect for this juice, perfect for me driving. Perfect in every way. And I'll tell you one other reason why it's perfect, because this guy had been retired. It was killed officially. There was no need for this because the Istick came out at 30 watts. All right, so smaller and internal battery, bigger, clunkier. What am I going to power with 30 watts? Well, you know what? I can't exactly put that big fat ass tank on this little tiny device because then it flops over. So now all of a sudden, a hindrance, a con becomes a pro. The size of this thing now is a pro because it holds the sub-tank very nicely and it fits on there with very little overhang, and it's great. I could put this down and it doesn't flop over. Also, another con, another negative, another downside becomes an upside. This only goes up to 30 watts. That's fine. The sub-tank with the sub-ohm coil only allows for 35 watts without scorching it. And I don't need 35 watts. 30 is plenty good for this thing to vape nicely. So I love turning negatives into positives. And I love not wasting money on shit, because this guy was retired and now he's back in full functioning use. And it's not like I'm throwing him a bone just to make him feel good. I need this device in my arsenal, in my lineup. It's useful. I need it. And I have a good analogy for this. It's kind of like an old man that had a wonderful life, a wonderful family, a wonderful career, like Water for Elephants, like that guy. Like, he's old. He not only is he old, but he's retired, but he got senile. He got Alzheimer's. He can't remember where he lives. He can't remember his name. It's not even a part of society anymore. He's just off to the side, like this was on mothballs. This was in my box collecting dust, doing nothing, not useful, no use for it whatsoever. Couldn't even remember. I took my old eFest batteries that I was about to throw in the recycle bin because they weren't holding a charge very long. I used them up. They were perfect in every way, but they're just not functional for a mech mod, not functional in a box mod. Who needs a battery that vapes for 10 minutes and then it's done? But here's why. That's for the normal vaping I do at higher watts, at higher output, and it couldn't handle it, so they were retiring. They were old. I took those back out of retirement, slapped one of them in the IPV and this thing Mini, and this thing goes all day long. I get a day or two. I'm not vaping on this all day long. This is not my go-to vape, but every time I'm in the car, every time I'm up walking the kids to the bus stop, every time I'm anywhere I need to be, where I need to grab and go vape, this is it. So it's like I went to the nursing home and I go and visit that old guy who can't remember his name, but he remembers from muscle memory from 80 years ago when he used to throw a softball and he used to catch and he used to hit, and I put him on a senior golden league for 75-year-olds and above, and it takes 8 hours to play 9 innings, but these guys, because they need a nap and a meal and they need to digest and sometimes have a bathroom potty break. But it's like I got all these old Alzheimer's, senile folks out of the home, and not only did I get them in use, but they're killing it and they're winning championships. So I got a stellar performer. I got a rock star on my hands all of a sudden, who a few weeks ago was done. And so I'm happy about that.